Hello and welcome to Canon Fodder Diecast, episode 19.
Okay, so where we left off, Leaky was inside the Arrogulpatit Bullywug Fens stockade arena, and he's beginning round 2, which began with the gates grinding up. Meanwhile, Cezzaria and Korri have made not only friends, but some sort of strange cult-like embrace of the Bullywugs, and Cezzaria has become the daughter of the drowning floodwaters, and Korri is her towering bodyguard.
Mother of the frogs.
So we're going to begin with Leaky in round 2.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Ready as I'm ever going to be.
So the cold floodwater, or the cold murk waters are like swirling around your ankles as the gate on the other side grinds slowly upwards. And what emerges from the darkness is a weasel.
Okay.
How do you proceed? The crowd is very quiet. Not even a single burpit.
I moved by 18 feet.
Okay, so you proceed towards it.
Yeah.
It does a little sidestep prance mince, but it doesn't get any closer. It's like eyeing you warily.
How far away from me is it?
It is another 20 feet.
I'm going to get within 2 feet.
Okay.
Take a swing.
It erupts into flame.
So now it's a flaming weasel?
It is now a weasel on fire.
It's a flaming weasel.
It's a fire weasel.
It's a flaming weasel.
Careful with the pejoratives. Make an attack of opportunity. It just flashes flames at you. Or I'm sorry, not an attack of opportunity. A dexterity saving throw.
Which I get advantage on.
Even when you're raging.
Huh?
When you're raging.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll
sure.
make it anyway. Let's proceed. Let's just move on.
All right.
Less editing for me.
Natural 20.
All right. You definitely hop back away from the furnace-like flames emitting from our new weasel friend. Proceed with your attack.
Okay.
Brave dwarf.
Dirty 20.
All right. That's a hit.
For 17 damage.
Wow. Okay, that's a pretty strong hit attack. You drive it back, but it doesn't flee back into the hole, and the wooden gate slams shut. How much damage one more time? I get it right down.
17.
17. Okay. It is going to breathe flames at you.
I have another attack.
Oh, you do? Right. Okay, make your attack.
That is a critical fail.
That does not work. You drop your axe.
Okay.
Recoiling from its strange crucible-like heat. It's going to blast flame at you. So, I need my D20s, and my D20s went behind my whiskey glass. There they are. Alright. That's a 24. And it does 5 fiery damage.
5. All right.
It scorches your kilt, but it can't burn it because it's sopping wet.
Okay. My turn?
Yep. Oh, I should say it's fleeing, but can't move that far.
18.
Is a hit.
Oh, I pick up my axe, by the way.
Okay.
For 13 damage.
Wow, okay. You do a pretty grievous blow there. Slap it under the water.
Does that extinguish it?
No.
Oh.
Oh, no. There's just mist everywhere.
17.
That's a hit.
For 17 more damage.
You kill it.
I lop its head off.
Everything goes up in flame, and you're thrown across. Make another dexterity saving throw.
It's an exploding fire weasel.
23.
Okay.
Or 22, sorry.
You avoid being scorched or hurt, but you are flung backwards across into the water 10 feet away.
Okay.
Splash. There's much cheering and exciting that you have killed the fire weasel. Herp it, herp it, herp it.
Before we switch, can I do a nature check and see if I can figure out what it is?
Sure.
A 5.
Nothing. Nothing comes to mind. You search your long 300-year memory of weasel
150.
lore. 150. You search your long 150-year-long lore of weasel lore. Nothing comes to mind. Fire weasels? This is some new menace.
Okay.
One more gigabyte of data is taken up. All right, we're going to flip over back to Cezzaria and Korri, who are not having to fight for their lives against strange abominations in the eyes of Hecate and Bullywug.
All right, so we have some questions for him.
They would be happy to answer your questions, especially since you're going to look for their Froghemoth.
So my first question actually is, what does the Froghemoth look like?
It is a towering, huge monstrosity. It's got tentacles, a long barbed tongue. It's got 3 eyes perched to the top of its head like a cluster of birds, and it has 2 feet as thick as tree stumps. Basically, it's everything they ever wanted to be.
Is there anything that any kind of token that we could have that would allow us to convince him that we are working with you?
Your 3-eyed friend, the shaman of the Erogulpatit Fen, blinks his 3 eyes at you and he says, "Food! Food!" And then he licks his eyes. And he says, "They always like food. They like hunger. They're always hungry."
Could you give us some kind of food that he would eat?
They can give you a bag of dried giant blood flies.
All right. And then my last question, is there anything else that you can give us to help us along our way? And then Cezzaria has some questions.
At the moment, they say no. You're probably going to need to kill the dragon. You're going to kill dragons, right?
I've killed worms.
They believe you and start cheering. So
How far north is the dragon?
They don't know. It's farther north than their own ranging, but there is the roadhouse where the humans keep holing up. There's the castle 15 miles farther down the road from there. And then there's the mountains, and they could be anywhere in there. It's always hard to tell where a dragon is nesting.
So you think it's up in the mountains?
It could be. They're not sure. They don't go into the mountains. They like to stay down low in the waters.
Makes sense. Up in the mountains would be colder.
Yeah, they don't like cold.
Have you seen any dragon people?
They did see a purple, scaly human, and they hate humans so very much.
When?
It was several weeks ago. And what they thought was really interesting about this one is that he didn't carry a sword, he carried a hammer.
I know that's not what it's called, but I wrote Molnar. Close enough. Was he heading north?
Yes.
Shit.
He did not stop at the roadhouse. They went right past it.
Is there anyone with him?
There was a contingent of other hated humans. Hated humans. Blink, blink, blink. Lick.
You don't even want to eat the humans?
Not those humans. No, they're corrupted.
Fair. If you eat corrupted meat, you'll become corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Good logic.
They cheer. They're excited. Your beneficence moves them.
Have you seen any of the other little people that have, like, the dragon masks and stuff gone through on the road?
They have not seen dragon masks on the road. Just the humans and the guards that are trying to build the road that is going to cut their swamp in half, and they hate it so very much. How dare they invade the empire of Erogulpatit?
Anything else from the surrounding area that can help us or be knowledgeable?
Is there anything that you want to see or know how to get to? They would be happy to provide you with scouts on your way to find their Froghemoth.
How would we get from here up to the roadhouse and then up further?
They could totally guide you to it.
Okay. Up past towards where the mountain area where they saw the dragon.
They can send a pod that they don't mind if it comes back or not.
Sounds good.
Okay. Anything else last minute?
Nope.
All right, we're going to flip scenes again. We're going to flip back to Leaky, who is now in round 3. And they are... they are willing to allow you to get back some of your gear here. Is there any other gear that you would like to take back for this 3rd round of the Erogulpatit Fens Arena Championship?
I'm looking.
Your coach hops back down. He's like, "How you doing, kid?
I'd like
Need
my
some water?"
hammer. I'd like my
That's a
hammer.
joke. You're standing in water. Just drink.
I'd like
I don't want to drink this.
He's like, "I don't blame you. We all pee in this water."
I'd like my hammer from that purple dragon person. Now, did you do this to Leaky because you knew he could survive it?
I don't know if he can survive it. I make no promises.
Let me rephrase. Did you do this to Leaky because he has a better chance of surviving it?
Yes. Also because it's funnier to make him fight for his life.
I want my boot bolo back.
Fair enough. Okay, they provide you with your boot bolo. You still don't have your own boots, though.
Is that because you said you found a way for you to use it?
Possibly. It may come in handy.
Do you want to recap on what the boot bolo is while he's writing down the stats?
Sure. The boot bolo is one of Leaky's custom items that I erroneously allowed and have had to deal with the consequences thereof for the last 18 episodes or however long since it happened. But he claimed them from
a dwarf I blasted out of
that you blasted out of his boots, yeah.
With the dwarven thrower.
Yeah, which is his lost hammer.
Mjolnir!
It is literally 2 boots tied together, kind of menacingly.
And they stink really bad.
Yeah, they do. The chief damage there is the toxicity rather than the impact. I don't think we've used them in combat. One time Leaky did throw them to Cezzaria, and she was like, what the heck do I do with these? And then promptly dropped them on the stone floor of the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Letting Leaky down, because he thought he'd had a strategic moment.
What's the range on those?
I think we said it was like 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yeah.
Not very far.
30, 60.
Did you never add them into your thing?
It never... I thought I updated it, but it never updated.
I think I have them in mine.
I got them. I have it, just it defaulted to melee for some reason.
No, I don't.
I mean, you could use it in melee like nunchucks.
Because if they're thrown, then they rely on dexterity, not strength.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit better.
I think really it all relies on constitution.
Huh?
You handle the sting of it while it whirls past your face.
Waka 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 waka.
Okay, are you ready to begin round 3?
I guess.
All right, they raise the gate behind you slowly, and your coach goes down and he brings up Grimmer, who's in really bad condition. Now that you can see him in full daylight, you see that part of his cheek is caved in. He's got 2 huge black eyes. He's got a gash across his head. One of his arms is kind of hanging limply, like he can't really move it, and he's just wheezing. He's like, "Oh, what are they gonna do, Mountain?"
I don't know, Hill.
All right. Well, as you stand there readying yourselves, I don't know if you want to give him a little pep talk or what. But meanwhile, the other gate on the other side slowly closes.
Uh-oh.
Want to give him a pep talk?
Survive!
And all of a sudden you hear thump, 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 and a huge frog comes leaping over, but not like a bullywug, but like a huge frog comes leaping over. Riding this giant frog is another bullywug with a huge feathered cap, like a big Roman helmet that doesn't quite fit his head, carrying a bunch of spears. And he points one immediately at you and he just starts screeching. Roll for initiative.
All right.
He rolled a 3.
Natural 20.
All right, there we go. And Grimmer is... I'm going to run Grimmer as a basic NPC. Grimmer rolled a 14, so you get your first move here.
Okay.
Grimmer's gonna die.
How far away is he?
He's on the other side, so he's 40 feet away.
All right. I am going to throw a hand axe.
Makes sense.
12.
Is a hit.
4, 2...
Are you hitting the feathered frog or the frog he's riding?
The feathered frog trying to knock
you're
him
hitting
off.
the rider. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, in that case, that's slightly different. That is not a hit.
Not a hit.
Not a hit, sorry.
All right.
Flip back so I have the 2 books open in front of me.
Okay. And then I'm going to move my 18 feet forward.
Okay. You getting in front of your buddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I am now going to throw the boot bolo at the rider
Okay.
to attempt to pin his arms down.
Okay. Reasonable, I suppose. Unfortunately, it whirls off into the distance.
Critical fail.
Yeah, it whirls off into the distance and splashes down into the water. Behind you, Grimmer does his best to ready himself. He readies an action and lifts his spear up, but he can't really hold it that strongly. And he knows enough to stay behind you. Maybe to stab you in the back when you least expect it. That makes it the frog's turn. The frog is the rider here. Or the frog is the mount. And the frog is going to leap up to you, splashes down right in front of you, crosses the whole 20 feet it had left or so. And it's going to make one biting attack against a smaller target. It's considered a large beast. So you're smaller than that.
I'm medium.
Okay, so it's gonna attack. It's gonna attempt to make a large grapple against you, I guess. But you don't quite know what it's gonna do. So it lashes out at you with its mouth, and it rolled a 21. So, not only does it bite you for 5 damage, but its lips close around you
Oh, God.
onto your knees, and just your little booties are poking out the back. The frog has swallowed you, mostly.
Mostly. All right.
The swallowed target is blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the frog, and it takes 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of the frog's turns.
5 2d4.
Well, 2d4 or 5.
Oh, okay.
The frog can only have one target if swallowed, so you are temporarily swallowed by a giant frog.
Okay.
Okay. So you're restrained and blinded. Blinded means you can't see and automatically fails ability checks that require sight. And attack rolls against the creature have a disadvantage. You have disadvantage. And you're restrained, which means your speed is 0.
Okay.
Then you have disadvantage on dexterity saves.
So
So you have to free
it's a
yourself.
regular roll
Huh?
for me.
Yeah, it's a regular roll for you. That makes it the rider's turn, and the rider's going to fling a spear at Grimmer. And he hits him for 5 damage.
I don't know any of this is
You
happening.
don't know any of this is happening, but to narrate out and around. Okay. That makes it your turn, Mr. Natural 20. You are currently swallowed by a frog.
I'm going to rage.
Stab it in the gullet.
Reasonable.
If you want to be technical, stab it in the epiglottis.
And I'm going to do a strength check
Stab it in the epiglottis. Hit the
to
danger
try
zone.
and push the jaws apart and jump
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Just stab in the epiglottis.
22.
That is plenty. So you pry its jaws apart. Do you have any war cry here as you leap forth from the frog's mouth?
Dirty creature.
Splash, and he stomps away from it. Okay. That's your move, right?
Yep,
Okay.
that's it.
So Grimmer is going to... He's going to ready himself. He doesn't have anything he can throw and stay safe. He's going to back up, though. He's going to back up another 10 feet. And that makes it our frog's turn. The frog is going to try and bite you.
Again?
Yep. It rolled a 17.
Not enough.
Okay. Then the rider is going to stab downwards with his spear. Okay. Down at you. Rolled a 16.
Not enough.
Okay. Your turn.
I'm going to swing at it.
Which one? The frog or the bully?
The frog!
Oh, okay.
He's mad now.
Armor class 11.
Natural 20.
Oh, righty then.
5, 10, 15, 17 damage.
Good lord. So you cut it wide open, but not quite dead. It screeches in pain.
As I take my second swing. That's a 19
All right, that's a hit.
for 16 more damage.
Okay, that's a killing blow. Do you care to narrate what you did to the frog?
Chop it off at the frickin' knees.
All right. Well, it bucks really hard and it flings its rider towards Grimmer across the way. He splashes down right in front of the other dwarf. And so that makes it Grimmer's turn. Grimmer's going to stab at him. And he rolled a critical fail and snaps his spear.
Is the frog prone?
Yes.
He's just been thrown.
Okay, so it was
You mean
disadvantage.
the bullywug.
Yeah. Okay, so then it was a 4. Was the lower of the two. Or was the higher of the two.
Okay.
So he didn't snap his spear, but he only does 1 damage.
Okay.
So that makes it our bullywug friend's turn. He's going to immediately jump up, and he is going to do his best to multi-attack Grimmer. And it's with 2 hands, so it's a D8 this time. The first one is a 10. It's not enough. The second one's a natural 20. So there's 7 plus 2 plus 1 is 10 damage.
Grimmer's dead.
So that's 15.
Oh no.
Grimmer is dying. That one
Okay.
pierced him right in the chest.
How far away?
Driven to his knees, the poor hill dwarf. What?
How far away is the bullywug?
25 feet.
I threw all my ranged weapons. I'm gonna dash
Okay.
and move my full speed
Okay.
to get right up behind him.
Okay. Right up behind him.
Yep.
All right, Grimmert is going to do his best to hit with his spear here, but not a lot of hope. He's in a lot of pain. He rolled a 12. That makes it the bullywug's turn. The bullywug's got a multi-attack with two-handed spearness. First one was a failure, and the second one succeeds for an additional 5 damage. Grimmert begins coughing up blood. Just covering his tattoos. It's horrible.
No!
Meanwhile, all of the bullywugs up on the ramparts are cheering. This is the most exciting thing they've seen all day. They're going to eat some dwarf flesh later on. Erp it, erp it. That makes it your turn in the dank arena here.
Hell! That's a 26.
Oh my god.
13 damage to the bullywug.
He only has 11 hit points.
Good!
You care to narrate your killing blow here?
I cleave him in half.
Good lord.
Spears and all.
So his legs were bucked because he was like attacking, and now they spring forth and he just explodes into the distance in both directions. But that leaves Grimmer, unfortunately, bleeding from mortal wounds and standing in the septic, dank water, sinking to his knees. What do you do?
I'm going to catch him.
Okay.
And attempt a medicine check.
Okay. He's in real dire condition. It's going to be made with disadvantage. He's in bad condition.
17.
17 is just enough.
Or no, wait. 5.
5.
It's disadvantage, not
It's
advantage.
disadvantage. His last words is, "Will you get a tattoo to commemorate the Brass Half-Brothers who have been slain?"
I will. On my honor.
He asks you if Ishmael still lives.
As far as I know.
Then he can go to the afterlife in the final Dwarven Hall at peace. He looks you in the eyes and he says, "Thank you, Mountain."
You're welcome, Hill. Enjoy Valhalla.
Yeah! So the bullywugs erupt into applause after going silent for a second there because they've never seen the touching final rites delivered to a dwarf as such. And now they know that his meat will truly be tasty. So that's going to end round 3. You can do a short rest here. I'm sure Coach will come tend you in a second. Meanwhile, back to Korri and Cezzaria.
Ooh, we get to watch this one.
Yes. Do you have any further questions for your frogkin?
Have we heard any news about our friend in the skirt?
They say that he has succeeded on the first 3 rounds, and his case in court looks pretty good. They're going to prosecute to the final round, though, with the champion. And they invite you to come watch. Firstborn Nurka specifically says that he would be honored if the daughter of the drowning floodwaters and the high priestess of Hecate and her bodyguard would come and see justice done.
I agree to go.
We gladly accept.
Gladly accept. All right, that works. They're very pleased. The 3-eyed shaman blinks at you. He says he's never seen such beautiful frog flesh. Or elf flesh.
I bow.
Even though it's
They all
delicious.
bow.
Even though said elf flesh is delicious.
All beauty is delicious when cooked appropriately. Blink, blink, blink.
I agree.
Reasonable.
It's...
Okay, so you guys are going to go up to the stockades to go watch the final
Yes.
final showdown? Okay. Do we need any sort of liquid courage here or what?
No, I'm good.
Korri and Cezzaria are proceeding forth to the stockade arena to watch the final championship of the Erogulpatit Fenfolk's champion contest here, which is the last in their season before winter, and they'll wallow down in the mud to survive the winter. And it's going to be between Leaky, who is their dwarf flesh contender, and the champion of the Erogulpatit Fenfolk. And this is going to be to find out whether or not you truly are guilty of the crimes of being a dwarf.
What happens if I'm found innocent? Do I suddenly
totally sure.
not become a dwarf?
Not in their eyes.
So if they have no further questions on their way, they're escorted to a place of very high prestige, the highest point on the stockade, which is the open-ended tent that was obviously stolen. There's no way that bullywugs made this, and it's decorated on the inside with a bunch of golden emblazoned dragons with 5 heads. So this is where the Archon of the Endless Fen has made his box seating.
Where did you find all this golden 5-headed dragon stuff?
Oh, they stole that
From where?
They robbed the caravans. The unworthy shouldn't have such splendors, right?
Fair. The caravans that were heading north.
Yep. Yep, they're very proud of the fact that they succeeded in robbing them.
I'm very proud of you in the fact of succeeding of robbing them.
They all bow to you.
I bow back.
They yell, "Hail, daughter! Hail, daughter!"
What does Aragulpit mean?
It means the last gulp of the drowning man. I was drunk. Are we ready to begin the final round
Yes.
of the arena?
Do I have to clap my hands?
I feel like you should probably say some sort of blessing from Hecate, yes.
Oh, God.
The Archon bows very low, so low he has to catch his clay pot with the hand and the wand to keep from falling from his big flat head. And he says, "Please bless us."
Hecate, please bless this battle and make both fighters fight well until their last moments.
They're pleased by that. They like the idea of a double death. That means a double feast. Did the coach tend to you? You come down and give you some water, kid?
I don't drink that water.
It's a good rule of thumb when traveling. Don't drink the water.
Never drink the water.
Okay, any other questions?
That's how you get dysentery.
I have all my gear back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can use up the remainder of your hit die.
I already did.
Okay, so
Because
then...
I don't know what's coming.
No, you don't. So then, in that case, we are going to proceed with round 4, and the other opposite gate slowly slides open. You hear war drums and low pipes, like low, bulbous, bubbling pipes, playing in their champion. And what sallies forth is a 4.5-foot tall bullywug who's thickly muscled. He's wearing armor and a skirt, and he gives 1 pound over his left breast, and he bows really low to you, says, "Hail, I am Kroki, champion of the Erogulpatit Fenfolk." My blood shall be your blood, and justice shall be done before Hecate and the daughter of the drowning floodwaters.
Is this the one that we met earlier that you told me to wait for his name?
Yes.
Croaky. Really?
Yes. There are some striking similarities.
Frog of Chaos.
He's carrying a great sword on his back, and he's wearing a armored skirt-like thing.
I'm going to use my work token that doesn't exist because we lost some.
Okay.
He's wearing a kilt.
It's got some armor plating on it, though.
Only slightly armor plated.
Only slightly armor plating. So, Leaky, are you ready to do glorious battle with Kroki, champion of the Erogulpatit Fen?
I guess.
All right, so this would be a battle for the ages. Leaky, exile of the Golden Tur, versus Kroki, champion of his own people. He's willing to bow to you and to not attack with surprise. He wants to attack with honor. So,
I just sigh. Shake my head.
life has been disappointing to you. Half naked in a fen. Separated from your friends. You have no idea what's going on with them. He rolled 12.
I rolled a 14.
All right. Okay, so that means you have first blow. Clear waters. Grimmert floats upside down somewhere behind you.
Gurmit?
Grimmert.
Oh, she said Gurmit. I was like, who's Gurmit? I'm going to throw the sharp hand axe.
Okay.
First. 25.
That hits.
7 damage.
Not bad.
I'm going to throw the second one.
Okay.
They're stuck. When they hit, they get stuck in him, correct?
Yes.
Okay. 22
That's a hit.
for 8 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to charge my 20 feet.
Okay. He pulls both the hand axes out and whirls them back at you
Okay.
with his own multi-attack. And he's also going to become reckless. So he's flinging them wildly at you. So he's got advantage on both swings. What kind of die was that? 12 or 4?
D6.
D6, okay. First one was in here. 13 and a 12. Okay. So not in the first one. First one whirls by and splashes into the water. And the second one was a 7.
No.
It misses. And he backs up 10 feet and he draws his greatsword from his big shoulder sleeve sheath.
Okay, how far away from him is...
He is now 30 feet. So 20, 20, minus 10, so 30 feet. He says, "Give me your worst, exile of the Golden Tur clan." War drums continue beating. Bum, 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 bum.
I'm gonna throw the boot.
Perfect.
I'm gonna throw the boot bolo at his feet.
Fair enough.
16
That's a hit.
for. Actually, I'm not rolling for damage. I'm rolling to
Grab
bind him.
Yeah, you're rolling. Would that be against his dexterity, you think?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, well, it still hits. So you've bound his feet. He trips and splashes into the water. And we're going to call him restrained, which means his speed is 0, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage. His own attack rolls have disadvantage until he fixes it.
Okay. I'm charging my 18 feet, so I'm...
Running up to him.
You're
Yeah.
10 feet away from
Yeah.
him now. Okay. Very desperately, he is going to try and pull that away with his strength.
I
So
would guess,
we
yeah.
call it a 12 to unbind his feet. It's like not easy, but not hard.
Yeah.
He rolled a 15.
Okay.
All right, so he's able to peel it away, but he effectively loses his turn, splashes up, and he brings his sword up. Not ready to fight you, but he's getting ready as you come charging headlong on.
Okay. My turn?
Okay. Dun 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 dun.
27
Hit.
for 6 damage.
All right. That was dramatic. Quite a swing.
And 18
That's it. That is a hit.
for 9 damage.
All right.
That's all I got.
Okay. For his turn, he is going to leap up above you. So, if you want to make an attack with disadvantage, an attack of opportunity with disadvantage against him, he's moving fast, but I figure it'd be fair. Swing his legs.
12.
Is not a hit. He's going to come down behind you with his reckless advantage here. So he's swinging his greatsword at you. And he rolled a 17 on the first swing.
Not enough.
No. All right, he's not going to have his... Well, I guess he does have his advantage according to this. Gain advantage on all melee attack weapon rolls. Yeah. Doesn't matter. He misses again. Okay, so he's behind you.
Okay. I'm going to whirl around,
Makes sense.
swinging the axe.
Splash, splash. Grimmert floats. War drums.
10.
Miss.
The second one is 14.
That's a hit.
12 damage.
Not bad.
Fish enough for food.
Okay. He is going to do two things. First of all, he's going to lash out. And he's still reckless. So that's a 21.
That's a hit.
He licks you in the eyeball for 6 damage. Psychic damage. You take the full damage. Doesn't help with your rage.
I'm not raging.
Oh, okay. Well, you take the full damage anyway. He licks you in the eye, says, "Bet you didn't see that coming." And then he's going to swing at you with a sword. For 19.
That's like a bad Alroy pun.
I yell at him, "Your puns are bad and you should feel bad," as I bring my axe down upon his head.
Fair.
26.
That's a hit.
12 damage. 12 damage.
Not bad. Okay.
Next. 23
That's a hit.
for 15 damage.
Fair enough. Okay. He is going to swing his great sword at you. That's 26.
That's a hit.
And he did 9 damage on his first attack.
That's it?
Well, it was fairly low, but he's got a strength bonus. And the second one is 21. And he did 15 damage with that swing.
Ouch.
15 damage. He says, "Have at you, exile."
Is it my turn?
Yep,
I'm gonna rage.
fair enough.
That hit hurt.
Splashing at you. Wibble, wobble, wibble.
23
That's a hit.
for
He's swinging
12
wildly.
damage.
All right. You're just swinging wildly now?
Yeah. I'm angry. 18.
Is a hit.
16 damage.
All right. He's feeling it. He may have challenged somebody above his spawn pool here. All right, he's going to swing at you again. He's still reckless, so he's just waving wildly right now. That's 23, and that's 11 damage. Piercing damage. Or slashing, sorry. And then he's going to do a second attack at you. But he missed both times. Before we jump into your attack, do you have anything to say to him? Cezzaria, Korri, you have anything to shout or cheer from the stockade?
Is he almost dead?
Who?
The other guy.
Well, I don't know.
Croak.
Can't tell you.
Croaky.
I mean, you could cheer him on,
Yeah.
I guess.
It looks like he's about to croak. E.
Does that help you or hurt you? We've discovered a mild allergy to puns.
I'm gonna give myself disadvantage here. I'm so distracted by the terrible pun.
Okay.
I'm gonna give myself disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm just gonna yell Leaky. Pretend he killed Flint.
I can't hear you over the bad pun anger.
The rage is echoing in his head. Croak. Croaky. Croak.
That's still a 19.
That's still a hit.
For 13 damage.
For 13. All right, not bad.
I'm over the pun now.
Okay.
25
That's a hit.
for 15 damage.
All right. And it shatters his shoulder armor. He is going to... He yells for the glory of the arrow gulpitit, and he rolls a 7 and a 4 on his first attack. But he carries through because he's a fighter, and he believes in himself, and he rolls a 19.
Nope.
Which is not enough. It breaks upon your
Bare
ego.
chest.
I don't know.
No, I've got my bear cloak now.
Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah, it gets mired up in the fur. That's his turn as he begins to slide down towards his knees.
I attack again. 11.
That is a miss.
My first miss in a while. That's a 25.
That's a hit, though.
For 8 damage.
All right, it doesn't quite knock him out of commission. He's on his knees and he yells, "You'll never master me. You'll never turn us into slaves." And he just kind of, I'm going to give him disadvantage here. He's just going to wave his sword weakly. That's not a bad blow though, but it's disadvantage, so he misses. And then his second one is a 21 or a natural 20. So either way it hits for 15 damage.
Ouch.
Must be a very low blow. Strikes you in the knees. But that's it. He drops his sword, and he's on all four, half submerged in the water. Do you have anything to shout to him?
So Leaky, please, or you must spare him. It is the will of Tyr that we spare our enemies at times, when they've been honorable in battle.
The whole ring goes silent, but they are obviously hostile against you. You've mastered their champion.
Don't let Croaky Croak spare him, Leaky.
The mention of tears immediately snaps me out of my rage.
Fair enough.
I bend down, grab Croaky's hand, and I lift him up.
Okay.
His web.
You have anything in particular to shout at the audience?
I am victorious, but I shall spare him.
And then our firstborn, Nurquip, the Archon of the Endless Mirror, sticks out one froggy thumb, and he points it downwards. He gives you the thumbs down. And the bullywugs start shouting and yelling because the unworthy, the weak cannot survive.
He was not weak. He fought with honor.
They start to pull out their own blowguns. You better escape the pit real quick.
Are any of the gates open?
Nope.
Then I guess you have to kill this champion.
Or someone could step in on his behalf.
You could.
I open my bear cloak,
Yeah.
and I rip one of the scratchy crabs out of the stitching.
Well, that was unexpected. Okay.
I hold it for everyone to see.
They look. There's a brief pause.
Does it scratch?
No. They're looking at it. It doesn't work like that. They start throwing blow darts at you. You got to escape. They missed, though. It was a pretty poor roll from the crowd. How are you going to escape the 20-foot high stockade walls?
Can I do a charisma check?
You can start shouting over the crowd, yeah, but they've turned against Leaky and Croaky.
All right. I'd like to do a charisma check. It was a 21.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So I yell. He has accomplished your task. You must let him pass.
Okay, the
You
Archon
must be
believes you and
honorable.
starts repeating his yelling, "Be honorable! Be honorable! We're supposed to be better than the dwarf flesh and the men folks." That doesn't stop them, though. They're idiot bullywugs. They've committed to the cause. How are you going to escape your 20-foot high stockade walls?
I stand up and tell them all to stand down.
Some of them do. You better roll a persuasion check, though.
I just lost my die. 14.
That's not high enough. The crowd is insane. They're rabid.
I think it's Kyle's turn at this point because we both taken a
Yup.
part in this.
If I leap, because we've proven that I can leap 24 feet in the air.
Yeah, but you're leaping out of water with soft ground.
Does it have to be my turn to use a warp chip?
Think so?
Okay, unless you're looking to shout something at him.
Is Croaky alive enough to jump us both out of the pit?
Oh, yes, he is. You need some sort of reins to hold on to him, though.
I have the boot bolo.
You do.
This was what you were talking about, wasn't
It
it?
took hours to get here.
I wrap the boot. I put the laces of the boot bolo in his mouth,
Yep.
and I say, "Jump."
He yells, "I trust you!" And he leaps you to freedom up into the king's tent, where they scatter immediately and start fleeing. This is Cezzaria's turn. You to control the crowd. The champions have broken free. Croaky's in bad condition, but Leaky's taking care of him.
So they're like right up next to us now, right?
Yeah, they're up in the tent with you.
I knew you were leading to something with the walls.
Very slowly.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 works.
For
What are you trying to do?
persuasion.
Persuading the Archon and
crowd.
the Shaman and the crowd around them.
Yep.
Okay, their honor guard begins to disperse to try and quiet the bullywugs who are panicking. Do you care to add to this at all?
I turn to Leaky, and I have a moment of saying, "Leaky, what you have done today, Tyr smiles upon. It was honorable.
All glory to Tyr.
All hail."
Okay, so Cezzaria is off yelling at her newfound congregation, and you're coaching Leaky through this emotional moment in his hilariously long life. Do you have anything to say to Croaky, or to do for Croaky?
You have fought honorably, and I hand him the scratchy crab.
He takes it and he affixes it to his kilt. And he says that I am unworthy of my people. He's going to have to travel the world now to regain his own glory.
That path is long.
I don't remember most of it. Okay,
Now you only have 12 scratchy crabs.
so it takes almost an hour for everything to calm down, but the Archon and his Shaman and you three and Croaky are able to get the bullywug Fen of Aerogalpatit back under control. And they acknowledge that Leaky did the right thing by sparing their champion, who will now go forth and find glory for all of them. And they are honored to feast you, but not actually eat you. It's just a diplomatic mistranslation that accidentally offends Korri.
Out of curiosity, is the bronze half-helm brother what is getting feasted on?
He is.
Okay.
Yeah. You can choose to partake or conscientiously object.
I'm going to conscientiously object.
Cezzaria, you going to conscientiously object or partake?
I have a feeling they're gonna deny me if I don't, so I take a small nibble.
How's the dwarf flesh taste?
Kind of tastes like the side of a hill. It's very grassy.
Grass-fed beef is the best. Leaky, do you partake or abstain?
I abstain.
Fair enough. This is the one and only time you've not partaken mortal flesh.
Quite literally cannibalism. Because he is of my own people.
It only took 17 or 18 episodes to get to it. But okay. You have been pronounced not guilty by the endless archon of the Aerogalpatit Fen.
Not
Firstborn Nurkip, not guilty of being a dwarf.
So what does that make me?
A citizen of Aerogalpatit.
But I'm still a dwarf.
Also champion of the Aerogalpatit people.
But I'm still a dwarf.
Their language doesn't hold these concepts. They're doing the best they've got with the limited resources they have.
You are Leaky.
I am leaking some fluids right now.
During the feast of the brass haft, Grimmert, Croaky takes you aside and asks you for any advice as he begins his adventure to restore the glory of his people.
Find strong friends.
Fair enough. And we're going to end the episode there unless Korri has something to ask.
I have one thing to tell him.
Okay.
The people of this land are weird. You will never understand any of them. I have not yet.
He blinks one eye and then the other and says, "Herp it." We're going to end the episode there because that was weird. So I am Travis. I am the DM.
I am Kyle. I play Leaky, exile of the Golden Terror clan.
Once again, I say play or R. And I am Jenn, and I play Cezzaria, the rogue cleric.
And I'm Lindsey. I play Korri Gothicanathi, Worm Crusher.
All right. If you like it, we hope that you leave us a review or that you give us a rating on iTunes or something, or that you share us on one of your preferred social media so we can entertain other people too, because it's fun. Thank you for listening.
Bye!
The Canon Fodder Diecast is produced and edited by Travis Knight. Intro and outro music is composed by Kevin MacLeod and used within the Creative Commons rights. The Diecast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Follow us on Twitter at CanonFodderPod for more show news, game updates, and character antics. If you enjoyed the show, please go leave us a review. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.